Do you want me to talk about the documentary?
Yeah, and your opinion as well.
Okay. So the documentary it's called Me and My Mosque. You can look it up. It's on the National Film Board, Canada, so NFB. It's free. Basically, it's called Me and My Mosque, and it's about this woman who really wants to explore the relationship between, I guess, Islam and this barrier that separates men and women. And, obviously, as you probably have noticed, the women's side is a lot smaller. The men get the main entrance, the ladies get the side entrance, and then there's, depending on where you are, there's, the TV screen so you can see what's happening on the other side, and you can hear because there's, sound systems, but it's a very distinct experience. It's, I get the impression that you're not feeling as if you're really a part of it as much. So she explores many people's opinions. She talks to different women. Some women most of the women that she interviewed say that they don't like the barrier. It makes them feel unwelcome. It makes them feel like what they're really trying to say is stay at home. We don't want you here. She actually has tried to pray in front of the barrier, and it's caused a lot of issues. People don't like it because they think it's un-Islamic and that you're tempting the men, which is kind of a funny thought when you think about how you're at the mosque praying to Allah and you have temptation on your mind. It kind of doesn't really make sense. Maybe you should clear your thoughts if that's what you're thinking about.
Before you enter the mosque.
You should be able to, it just seems like if anywhere you're going to be distracted, it shouldn't be at the mosque, you shouldn't be thinking about that stuff, and that's maybe on you. But anyways, the documentary is, so she talks to women who are actively fighting against the barrier. They're fine with, there's never been any mention about not praying behind men. All of them, at least in the documentary, are fine with praying behind the men. Some of the women say, let's just keep it as it is, we don't want trouble, let's just, they don't want to make any problems. But then she also speaks to some sheikhs or just Islamic scholars in general, and they were saying that in their studies they found that the hadiths that are being used are being taken out of context, and that the justification for the barrier is there isn't enough of Islamic justification, that it's more just about their cultural beliefs and is coming out of ignorance. And then that is being viewed as religious law, and when it isn't, according to them. I'm sure many people disagree. So that's pretty much documentary.
What about you as a young Muslim kid who born and raised in Canada? Do you feel are you connected to your culture, to your religion? Mm. How you feel, how men look at you, how makes you feel?
Well, okay, so I grew up in Canada, I grew up here, and I lived beside a mosque. We both did, obviously, my mom. And I really enjoyed the masjid. It was a place that I hung out all the time, and I played there with my friends. And when I was a younger kid, I got to hang out everywhere. And then, I don't know when, but at a certain point, I wasn't really allowed to go to the men's side anymore. And it was really not...
I remember.
I really didn't like that. I didn't understand. It didn't make sense. Why couldn't I hang out with my dad and my brothers, who I always played with and I had such a good time with? These were my friends.
And as if you and little kid, other boys.
These are all my friends, and I didn't understand what the problem was. Why couldn't we even be in the same room together? It didn't make sense to me. So I wasn't really happy about that. And I'm sure I asked questions about why, and I'm sure I was never satisfied, because I'm still not satisfied with the answers. But it didn't make me feel great.